G'day Hawks fans, welcome to Talking Hawks, where we are winners this week, and we're all about connecting Hawks fans from around the world at Talking Hawks. Tonight with Chris, I am Matt. If you haven't joined us before, welcome, and get involved in the chats with your comments. We're all about looking at the game that was, what's happening at the club, and the game that is to come. So Chris is going all out tonight. He's donning the fluoros at work, which we didn't say that to the boss. And here we are at my house. So, mate, I got permission.
Oh, good, mate. How good was that win? Just to get up and about. I wasn't super confident, but it was so, especially for Sammy to get it over Clarko. Really.
Oh, mate. Well, we love Clarko. We respect everything he's done. We did have our very own Adrian, one of the OGs of Talking Hawks, at the game, put up the banner that got a little bit of airtime. Mitchell won Clarko zip, but all good in the Clarko Cup. We'll take the first, and I'm sure it'll be a good arm wrestle over the journey. So, mate, we've got fans joining us from everywhere. Good to see some familiar faces. Lots going on. Brooke, we've got a little bit on DGB tonight. Fred, welcome. Steph. Oh, geez, we've got comments flying, Chris. I am struggling to keep up already. But
you keep up, mate. Yep. I was just trying to scroll myself.
So tonight, what we will cover, look, there's a lot of content, Talking Hawks content that's going out. The team's done a fabulous job with our podcasts that are going out. Smitty with his 5-star reviews on the games that were cheesies. He must have been loving it this week. Being able to rate
a little bit of an easier task to do the write-up this week, I reckon.
Rate the win. But look, the podcasts are really 6 points. Smitty, Daz and Timmy did a great job looking through that. We've got Smitty coming up with articles each week, looking back at classic games between the teams, the Hawks and the Cats this week. So keep an eye out for that. Liam on Will Day, mate, there's heaps going on at talkinghawks.com. So check it out if you haven't seen some of those articles, and get involved on whatever your podcast platform of choice is. We love a 5-star rating. And this week we are hoping, we know 25 to up to 50% of you that join us on YouTube aren't subscribed. So we'd love 10 more subscriptions this week just to bring us up to 1,100, and that actually it's 9 now. That would make our day. So, Chriso, big night. We've got the Talking Hawks Hawkeye. So, fans, tell us what your favourite game observation was, your favourite play, your favourite moment against the Roos, and we are going to call them out. Hawkeye moments, you get the awards, you will get your name in lights. So, all right, mate, let's crack right in. So, there's a lot of talk here. I'm just looking through the fans' comments. I'm liking this.
Yeah, statistically, it's a huge improvement on last year, and especially with the loss of, Tom Mitchell and Jago Amira, the boys have really stepped up in that department. So getting the ball inside 50 as well. So it's just, it's coming together, slowly coming together.
It is, and contested ball and clearances, we've gone from near bottom, if not bottom, to number, I think 1 in one of those categories and 4 in another. So
I think number 1 in center clearances, and I think around the ground ball ups, we're up somewhere near the top.
It's very solid. So there's a lot of shout outs here. We love this, Steph.
It's going to be hard.
Ford Classic right there.
How good was Brocky? He just slipped straight in, didn't he? Just straight at home, looked very comfortable, and I don't think you can't leave him out now, can you?
Yeah. But Jamie's throwing us the gauntlet. He wants to see if we can get the scoop on Daisy. Well, watch this space.
It is going to be a big topic until something happens, isn't it? It's going to be talked weekly.
I'm so enjoying the fact that he's just, I think, with his manager, looking out for his future. He's seeing the game plan unfolding, seeing his career unfolding right in front of him, and he's just saying, I'm up for the task, and we're going to keep getting some good results for the Hawks game week in, week out, and it's only going to add to that contract. So well done, Daisy. Go and get it, and we will keep you posted. We've got Harry Morrison coming up with Timmy, so let's see. There's some contract announcements, which you've probably seen already tonight that we'll cover, but any that you're seeing here, Chris, that are jumping out at you, mate?
No, just the Connor McDonald, like you said, we'll touch on that. But yeah, it's good to get a few kids pen to paper and get them signed up.
Absolutely. Well, let's just go there now because I'm struggling to keep up with these comments. So we've got, come on, mate, you kick this off there.
Yeah, Connor McDonald signed till the end of 2025. So yeah, he's well and truly cemented his spot in the side as well, and just expanding his midfield time as well. So yeah, he's a pretty valuable asset even now, let alone into the future. So I think he's played, is it 23 out of a possible 25 games since he started. So that's phenomenal for a kid to be able to back it up at AFL level with a fresh body. So
it is, and I enjoyed from the interview. Credit to the marketing team continuing to give us good access. Just that quick little interview, just first year, the professionalism, the ability to build it, get that under his belt, work on his body, and look at what he can contribute. He's looking forward to that midfield opportunity, which he enjoyed in his junior days, but adding to the feathers in his cap in terms of a forward craft. And I do love, there's been a few moments now throughout his short career, where he's just dived on something and just that reaction as the footballer, the instinct just to quickly put it on the boot and put it in the right direction towards the sticks. It's and he's been pretty accurate. So rapt to have C-Mac going again for a couple of years. And we've got Maxi Ramsden.
Yep, Dan's just mentioned him there. Asking if he's going to debut this year. I think he I don't know that he's going to force his way into the team, but I think he'll probably get a game or two at least at some stage due to injury, I'd say.
Well, it's kicked full the other week at Box Hill, so certainly putting the hand up, 203 centimetres, and now contracted until 2025. I'm liking the depth that we're building, and the Box Hill program doing a phenomenal job with some of the talent that we've got, both men and women, and we'll get to that shortly. But look, fans, when are you thinking, if any of you are getting down to the Box Hill games and what you're watching, we might get down there against Collingwood, go and have a look. So if you see us, say good day. But what are you thinking in terms of Ramsden debuting? When may that happen, and what might orchestrate that? Because we're going to keep back in the youth, clearly.
Well, it could be sooner rather than later, but I would have thought Max Lynch should be getting a gig first, just purely to his body size, if he's going to shoulder so much of the ruck work. So it's pretty big effort to throw a scrawny kid in there and expect him to battle with the men. So, but he might fit in down forward if the tools, Cozzy got dropped, they just ran with the small forward line. But if they're looking for a bit of height, they might throw him down there.
There we go. Sean's with you. So potentially it's and playing small against North was interesting. So let's transition there right now. Look, personally, I'm looking at this year. There's different metrics, different optics you can look at. If we win 2 quarters, I'm actually feeling good about a game. And maybe, some fans would challenge that. We want the wins. We want to see the progress, all of that. I get it. But we won 3 quarters against North, and there's a bit of a landslide in that 3rd quarter but I respect that the coaching and the structure on the field, that the team was able to go and get the job done. sometimes it's about keeping that communication going, and to play a really small forward line, really wrapped, that we could do, and I don't want to steal your thunder here, Chris, but it's pretty phenomenal what we could do with a really small forward line. So fans, keep singing out. All right, let's transition. What did you love right now about the North Hawks game?
Well, like you said, it was a different feel. It felt like we had control for majority of the game versus how we played against Essendon and Sydney. Especially, I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was our ability to defend after a turnover. Once we turned over against Essendon and Sydney, they just ran and moved the ball way too quick for us. But we managed to slow their ball movement after we turned it over. So, very impressed with that. I don't know how much I can credit that towards Scrimshaw and the balance of the back line. I think he really balances that back line. We missed the big fella, didn't we?
Look, he's done incredibly well, and we will come to Scrimmer. I think let's do a little bit of justice to him there. Troy, the fact that you've got more pulling the top hour right there. There's the first Hawkeye of the evening. Well done, mate. I think that is going to resonate with all Hawks fans. He absolutely loves the club. We love that he loves the club. And he's performing at a really high level. And it's great to see a young fella putting his hand up, leading from the front. And, very excited for what Moore's bringing.
Yeah, no, like you could see the passion and what it meant to him. So, yeah, sort of squashes all those tanking comments. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, it's there's a lot flowing through here. I'm going to jump. Let's come back to Sis initially. Scrimshaw.
Did you watch Sicily interview with Dermy? Foxtel?
Oh, I missed that one, actually, mate. Fill us in.
Yep. No, just Dermy. Dermy's just Dermy. So he asks Dermy questions. He's a very intelligent guy, Dermy. And he got a bit out of Sicily. So it's a good watch. It's on Foxtel. You should be able to go back and watch a replay. Just unpacks
Highlight?
A little bit more.
Highlight for you?
For that interview, it's probably just his he never had any intention to be a leader, I guess, effectively through his juniors. Just went through, I guess, maybe with his attitude and whatnot. Didn't see himself as a leader, and look at him now, leading the club and doing a good job too.
I will come back to this in a moment. I took with the player sponsorship group that we've got sponsoring Denver, Jai and Jasmine Fleming this year. We took a few of the sponsorship group down to Bunjil, Waverley Park for the older generation of us. And we got to enjoy a tour with the players. So we had Sis, got to have a good chat with him, and Jai, Denver, Jarman Impey, Cozzy, Fion, and really, really good opportunity. It was really inner sanctum. We got to go into the war room, which was really cool. And I think that was done in around 2012, bit of a redevelopment. And that's where they do all the game team selection, bring the players in there and whatnot. But they sit this, just even saying where the coaches can sit and observe training. Sometimes they'll sit up there and, it's talking to some of the players, the coaches don't go out there. And it's just that they're just observing. So just bringing us into their world of, I guess, a little bit of the pressure they've got to roll with it. They're professional sportsmen, athletes. But, really, really amazing opportunity. Lots of good chats. Tell you what my highlight from that.
Your big takeaway? Yep.
Sitting on the boundary about 45 out, and the grass is now fine back at Bunjil, even though it wasn't for the preseason. So we got to have a few kicks at goal. One Denver Granger Barras from about 40 out, just pinging them. Goal after goal after goal. What do you want? Just real cash. No showboating. Just happily slotting goals. Just banana, drop punt, torping them. So you're and the great man, He's given us, there we go, a little bit of a Denver
Love it.
royalty. So fans, if you're interested, jump on talkinghawks.com. You can have experiences with us and the club and some of the players that we are behind. Go on the journey with the Hawks and with Talking Hawks. And we'd love to have you at some of our both online and in-person events that we get access to. So talkinghawks.com, go to the player sponsorship. You'll see the logo. Hold on, let me bring it up. It'll look like
we've had a slow start. We've had a slow start with the uptake. So come on, guys, get behind us, jump on board, and sponsor the players. It's a good feeling being able to brag to your mates that you help sponsor these players.
A little bit of it is on us, mate. A few emails haven't quite got through, and we've got a lot of pledges, so it's all good. It's all good. We've ticked over 2,000 tonight, so thank you to those that have jumped on.
Nick.
All right.
Next comment, TGB at full forward.
Who's this? Who's calling it?
Nick. There he is.
See.
It would be an interesting move, wouldn't it? It would be an interesting move. But he's almost Fergus Green style, wouldn't he? His body size and shape.
Look, he plucks them nicely out of the air. And so, I can't see it happening, but it was just interesting behind the scenes. And from year one, you were there. Denver is always happy to be honing that forward craft because he wants to be versatile as a player. So we will see. But, even the talent of these boys, just pinging them, it was phenomenal. But Scrimshaw, Scrimmer, what a reprieve. Like the ability to bring in someone of that quality, the ripple effect of having someone with such poise is quite significant for our whole team. I think that gave us that CJ nuts first half. It gave us the ability for Sicily just to do whatever he wanted. Dimmer down there, Frosty, or bar the odd kick. Look, Scrimshaw can't make that happen. He's not, he's not able to work miracles, but the great man, he did a lot. So really happy to see him back into the fold. Mate, what was your favourite moment from the Roos or favourite player from the Roos Hawks game?
Probably there was so many people to choose from on the weekend. They did well. Brocky, definitely highlight was Brocky. Just Sam just tells him just go out and play your natural game, lets him fly for the hangers. So it's going to be exciting watching him play this year. I reckon he'll pull a few of those down, Cyril style, and just his ability to hit the scoreboard and basically kick the sealer. No pressure, just goes back and puts it through. So, looking forward to a lot more Brocky and living up to his expectations. So I don't want to put the expectations too high for him to do that every single week. But yeah, it's exciting. But it's his impact. It was very Cyril style, wasn't it? Only had 11 touches, but kicked 3 goals and got a few nice tackles. It just set the scene. So, didn't
you love the license that the commentator said that Sammy's just said go and take Mark of the Year?
Yep. Boom. Do it.
How good is that? A la Mitchell, though, he's just playing to the strengths of his personnel. Played to his strengths. Nashi, revitalized his career. Just to be able to go and play to their strengths, phenomenal. So for someone to come in off 10 minutes reportedly last year and have an impact with 3 goals, phenomenal. And making other things happen, shepherding, so score involvements, I don't have it off the top of my head, but pretty amazing first up game. So I think
I do want to give a little shout out to Frosty. I thought it was after a slow start to the season on his standards. He really stepped it up and helped us for the win. CJ on fire too. That first half, phenomenal. But I'll throw it to you, mate. Back to you. You got a particular player or a moment of the game?
Well, I like this, Tom. Big call and lots going on. It's it's for me, Daisy Rise, phenomenal. more consistent, Sicily consistent. But for me, it had to be Scrimshaw, and I did probably touch on it just earlier. For me to see the impact of a fellow that just is able to set up so much, reads the game so well, you don't know firsthand what's going on the ground, but the ability, we just look so much more organised back there. And for me, that makes a tremendous difference. And albeit, I think structure played a big part in winning this game when we weren't looking for the Hawks Highway, a la Smitty, coining that phrase. I think it was the ability to follow a game plan and execute. And that, for me, was quite a difference in being able to get a result. So just to have someone reliable like Scrimshaw, phenomenal.
I'm going to have to give Daz a quick shout out here. Been doing a phenomenal job with the young crew, Timmy and Smitty and Mitch, all doing a great job carrying us old boys. We've had to fill in tonight, haven't we?
Mate, speak for yourself. Old boy. But we did have, look, what one thing, Adrian, who I did give a shout out to before, from the game, just a highlight, and he's got a really good eye for the game. Just seeing the effort to hang on to the ball more, like for longer, and then our attack into forward 50. The way we went about that was different in this round. And UTAS has a uniquely shaped ground where you can take advantage of things, be able to switch plays and move their defense so that we could then orchestrate what we wanted to do moving forward. Phenomenal. I think just the ability, clearly we were lowering the eyes. We were bombing it in weeks prior. So from the ground, Adrian, love those little insights. And Adrian's thoughts as well. Scrimshaw, Morrison both making it into the side, made us a more composed outfit. I was talking up HMO in our Talking Hawks group, and my prediction for the fourth quarter was that we'd see Carl and HMO give us a bit back off the D50. Didn't quite get back that far, but those boys were involved in quite a bit in going into that last quarter. So pleased to see that. Well done, Harry, and look forward to hearing him with Timmy on the podcast. So awesome.
Just last point on the game, I think I'll just wrap it up. Obviously we did control that for the first half. North, to their credit, came back. At the one stage, you just had that gut feeling. It's like, well, they could roll us here. But to the Hawks' credit, they fought back and gained control of the game to finish it off. So, like you said, basically, I'll give us the points for 3/4 of that game. So if we can do that performance against Geelong, who are sort of a bit average at the moment, aren't they? How good is it being on top of them on the ladder?
That's phenomenal.
I'll take it.
I don't know if that full out that performance would get us the same result. We will see. A question from the game though before we go into that, because we will touch on it. And please enjoy the boys' podcast. They will go into all of that with the opposition analysis. I'm not sure what that's coming out this week, but tune into your preferred podcast. Subscribe to Talking Hawks. We love a 5-star review, as I said. Get around the boys. And a couple of questions here. Meek, Steph's loving what he's bringing.
Yep.
And interestingly, Chris asking what we see. You and I played a little bit of the ruck craft. We love Liam's input in terms of the ruck craft as well. You start.
Oh, look, that big body, but I think he's pretty, I wouldn't say quick for a big man, but the size of him, he's not too bad. But I think he just reads the game like in the better half of the ruckman as far as gameplay. Although like we said, he's bitten off a bit more than he can chew, and he's tucked the ball under the arm for a run on the odd occasion. But I think his vision with his hands to be able to get the ball out, but just his ability also to back up after the ruck and tackle, that stood out for mine. Ruckman that can tackle, it's a big plus.
It's interesting. Just Fred's letting us know what he thinks. Freddie's in the house, and
that's all right. We don't all agree. That's what we're here to do.
No, it is. it's a diversity of views, and the Talking Hawks Nation, we love it. What we do enjoy, I think, with Meek is he's finding his groove. He's giving us something different. I do love it. I'm a massive fan of a good tap ruckman, but they do need to be more than one dimensional. So that's probably in Meek. I think we're getting multiple dimensions, but I think he's far from showing us what the potential is in him right now. I think there's chemistry that needs to come. I'd like to see him hit the body a bit harder in the ruck contest because he's got the frame. He's a really, really big unit. When I was at Bunjil, standing next to the man, like I'm 6'2", he's a formidable beast. So I just want to see that fully being utilized. The tackling's awesome. The aggression's awesome. But for me, I love a ruckman that can be that midfield, almost midfielder, creating the extra pressure. But I would rather the first use if I could have that. If that's the waiter asking for my order, that's what I'm giving every time when they come to the table to ask what I'd like for my meal. So
pretty big shoes to fill after McAvoy's left a huge void, and it just goes to show what a good player McAvoy was. So they've got a little bit more work to do, but hopefully they can work together. I don't know. Yeah, happy with the 2 ruckmen? We keep persisting with that, or revert back to 1?
No, I'm really comfortable if we elect for 1 some weeks, but other weeks I think it will make sense to pick 2. So I'm actually, and that's not sitting on the fence. I think that's just a matchup and form. So if we pick a Maxi Ramsden or Max Lynch, that's our most listened to podcast of all of the player interviews. If you haven't listened to that, check it out.
Ooh, I've lost Matty. I'll better carry on in case Matty's not there. I know you're back.
I'm still here. No, all good, mate. All good.
All right, frozen.
So check out Maxi if you get a chance. But let's touch on a few things at the club. So we've had some big news. So we've touched on the recent recruits, but there has been the supplementary draft for the AFLW, and Beck Goddard is an absolute gem. Hopefully we'll get her on really soon. But being able to look at some of the quality draft picks that we've got over the journey has been good. There's some incredible young talent. The parallels, I think, between the men's and the women's team in terms of picking youth and maybe this year adding a couple of quality players. We've now also got some new draftees. In pick 4, we took Matea Breed, who was at the gym at the time, and I love this utility with good size and skill. She looks very, very promising. We've got also new strats. We've got Christy Stratton, pick 19. She was at home at the time, a mid forward who pressures with, she rates herself with a few sneaky goals, but second time in at the AFLW, a former Pie, time at the Box Hill Hawks prior to the Pies and after. So delisted 2 years ago, and amazing for her to be able to come back and take on some feedback from Beck and enjoy the Box Hill program, everything that has to offer, and she's back. So soaring to new heights. Check out their podcast. They're all over it. Go over the strengths and what the different players offer, how old they are, etc., etc. So check it out. Timmy and Liam do a great job on soaring to new heights.
Just to put you on the spot there, Matty, because I don't know either, but Jason's just asked us, is she any relation to Ben? I'm going to guess no, but any ideas?
I do not believe, I don't believe she is, but happily corrected. So
Soaring to new heights will definitely cover that in there.
Yep. I think the club actually would have made a little bit of noise about it if there was some relationship there. Do know Ben's mum over in WA has an art gallery, just random Hawthorn fact. So if you're over that way, check it out. But maybe we'll get Strats on at some point.
We're going to have to get Strats on. Yeah, he's a character.
Mate, he's a little bit elusive. I don't think he enjoys the spotlight too much. You maybe wouldn't guess that from his days as captain, but
that's all right. We'll make him feel comfortable. We'll get him on.
All right. Well, if anybody's got a line into Benny, just let us know. I think he's enjoying a few other alternate interests. So, mate, as we transition, there was a
We're
quick
moving
question.
into Geelong, or you got something else?
So on the boot, Talking Hawks is coming out with some merch. If you are involved in the Talking Hawks player sponsorship, you will be one of the first to have opportunity to get access to some of the signed Guernseys, boots, etc. that we have. That will be on offer, but there will be a range coming out. So let us know what you may be interested in. Obviously, we want to provide what you're wanting, be it beanies, hats, t-shirts. Tell us. You might like a mug. You might like your coffee. So you can have Talking Hawks smiling at you in the morning and you can enjoy your little fix of caffeine. But
Don't know about you, mate, but I wouldn't mind a Talking Hawks stubby holder. Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. Very good. Very good. We do have Scotty Worms to thank and Mitch doing an awesome job with some of our logos and whatnot. So let's transition right now into the Cats game, mate. This is formidable, this match. I can't wait for Easter Monday. And who would have thought? Who premiers? What was it? Not first time. Does anyone know the stat? I can't remember the year.
I think 1974.
When was it?
I think it was 1974. First time premiers gone zipping 3 after winning the flag.
I don't mind repeating that, stat a few times, but I don't want the tail between the legs next week either. Both teams really have to bring it for their season. And look, Jim's thinking the same. He's got a feeling. Dan is onto it. It absolutely is starting to be talked up as the Harley Reid Cup. And have you seen that boy? Have you seen some of his highlights?
Yeah, but I don't want to see him in Geelong colours. Surely.
So look, it's in all honesty, I think Geelong and the way they've got the aging bodies, they will be looking at what they need to do to get right by the end of the season. So at some point, surely they have to get a win on the board. I hope it's not this week, but they will be looking to be cherry right by the end of the season because they're still in the window. I'd written them off. I thought they were just in their, aged care, wheelchair category. Do love Isaac. Many Hawks fans may feel a little bit different, but apart from Isaac, mate, I'm happy to see them go down the ladder and stay down there. So, look,
mate, we got the upset last year, mate. So, out of the games we did win, we knocked off the premiers in round 5. So, mind you, Gunners kicked 3 goals. We don't have Gunners, and Mitchie Lewis kicked 3 goals that day. So we're definitely going to have to share the load, but I think it's a winnable game.
Mate, I've totally missed it, the injury update. Let's quickly touch on that before we go into the Geelong game. Sorry, my bad.
No, I'll go through the injuries. For the Cats, may as well roll through them. Sam de Koning got a concussion, so he's out for 1 to 2 weeks. Jack Henry's a test with his foot. Sam Meningola, his knee, he's a test as well. But the guy's available. Mitch Duncan's been out since pre-season, so he's basically a walk-up start if he is fit to play. And Stanley, he'll be a test with his ribs. But yeah, he's a definitely a chance, especially with de Koning going out. Rolling over to the Hawks. Jekka, hamstring, he's 1 to 2 weeks away now. Mitch Lewis is listed as 1 to 2 weeks, but good to see him out on the park. Did you see him at training? Woo, excited.
Did enjoy the pump-up music and seeing a bit of Mitchie action. So, yeah, keep it coming, Mitchie.
The Eminem tunes, they worked well. Well done, Hawks. Josh Morris, the tank, he's listed as 1 week away with his shoulder. I think he'll come back through the reserves, but it's good that he's close. Chad Wingard's a test with his calf. He's close. And Jai Sarong's the only one on our other list with his pericarditis. He's indefinitely out, so he's pretty much a write off for the season. Poor fella. Hopefully he can return to the big leagues at some stage.
So to give a little bit of context, last year we beat them 92 to 80, but we kicked accurately. We've kicked 14 goals to 8 to 11 goals 14. So it is of interest when you've got a Jeremy Cameron that can, tear a game apart. And then, look, it's a big assignment for our backs. I can't see Tank Morris getting a look in, even if I think they did say that he probably would return through Box Hill. There's definitely some big assignments. Midfield firing for us is a really big plus. I think we needed some more out of the ruckman to give us a good chance to out of the middle to really not just get the clearances, but actually give us a little bit of space and do something with it. It has to be constructive.
I'm just wondering, especially with Blitzarves and his versatility, whether they might give Reeves a rest and give that second ruck spot to Maxi Lynch to wreak havoc.
I don't mind that. I don't know if Max gets up as high in a ruck contest.
But we need that marking option on the wing from the kickouts. Yeah.
What sort of a difference to you and to the fans? What sort of a difference does it make to have a ruckman around the ground covering and getting to contests and potentially intercepting and taking defensive marks, etc. In a really if you've got someone that can cover some kilometres, at the moment Reeves can't. For me, that would be an important factor, I think, in this game.
I feel like it's a liability against Geelong, and I think he might have a rest. That's just my opinion, or we might go with a one ruck strategy. But it's a big ask.
What do you think, fans?
That would mean Cozzy almost has to come back in and relieve him. Otherwise, who have you got? Nashi. It's not your second ruckman's not. You need some sort of backup there.
Yeah. Jason suggesting Noodle or Meek full forward. So, is it one? Is it two? I hadn't thought about that one, Chris, but I don't mind it. So, I think this is a bit too ambitious. They are tall. Radigalia, I think, look, he's someone that we have really...
Radigalia has played down back this year. So, he's going to be, we can't be bombing it in deep. We really need to at least have someone who can muscle with him a little bit. You would think.
Well, I don't mind the hashtag, but I'm not sure on the strategy. Bring back the Giants. I don't know that we'll see all three. Yes, you're right, Sean. He can absolutely run. Love reliving it. And Haley. Look, and we've got to just work with what we've got right now, though. I don't know that this is necessarily what we do. What worked in the past is going to work now because we're looking at some of the combination of experience and structure. But I think the around the ground coverage. Jim's thinking we definitely need the Noodle.
Well, we do need, if we can win that midfield battle as we have so far this season and get the ball inside 50, that's going to be key for me.
Yep.
That making the most of our inside 50s. But I'm going to put my Daz hat on, mate.
What's that?
I'm going to put my Daz hat on now. What is going to be the key factor for us if we are to pull off a victory?
I think it will be something like the unpredictable, a la North game, and playing small up in our forward 50. I think something like that, and the ability, playing small created so many more opportunities for us. So if we're getting it in and not just bombing it in, but if we're getting it in with some intent and an ability to play wide when we're bringing it out of the D50, but keep an eye on the corridor. We didn't really look to use the corridor as much, and I think maybe that caught the Roos off guard, and they didn't sort of respond until that third quarter to make that change. I think Geelong will definitely make that change sooner. The hardened bodies will be a real test for us, but if we're going to win, I think it'll be things like that strategically that will be control the ball, let the ball move in this fashion. The G, we know it. Geelong knows it as well. But I think being able to play small and have that lowering of the eyes, I think that could make a difference because I don't think we brought the ball down. But look, if we play a tall up there, if we bring in a Maxi Ramsden or a Max Lynch or park one of the big fellas up forward, they really, really, really have to bring the ball down to ground, and you're competing against some really tall timber against Geelong. So I think that's going to be a real challenge. So maybe the small forward and the speed could be something could make it a real competition for us.
Well, it did work this week, didn't it? So hopefully, maybe we'll go with that strategy again. It does sort of leave their big man with nobody to play on, doesn't it?
What was highlighted from Geelong's last game, there was occasions where it's like their communication broke down, and sometimes the talls were just not even ragdolling them, but just taking advantage because it was like their defensive unit was not as cohesive as it has been with two up or just crumbing as we've known them to do. But they've just been so strong defensively for so long in their defensive 50. So fingers crossed. Geez, this is good. I would love to see Brewsty. I think Brewsty's going to be hurting from a couple of games of not really bringing us what he has across his whole career.
I've just seen him. He's just off the ball. He's been going to the right spots and not getting his hands on it. So he's due, isn't he? He's due.
I think he is, that's because he's put the bar up here and he's been so clean for so long and just does the smart things and just the little shimmies and whatnot. It's his skill kicking that ball. Just let's see it in his hands, and I think we'll do all right.
Flurry of comments about Cameron and Jeremy Cameron. Well, yes, I totally agree. He's basically carried Geelong, even though they've lost. We've really got to limit his influence on the game. I don't know how or who's going to do it, whether it is Frosty or Sicily plays a less accountable footy and actually plays on him more directly. But, I definitely agree with that. We've got to try and shut him out of the game.
So if we put your thinking cap on, who does take him? Because if you do have a scrimshaw in that's giving you a little bit of chop out, that makes a difference because you could have a Sis or a Frost that are trying to anchor him and sort of,
his ability with his speed and agility. I don't know that we've got anyone to match him and his strength. Like he's not super big, but he's strong enough to outmuscle, say, a Frosty. Like Frosty's no small guy, but I think he will still be too strong for Frosty in those circumstances. Frosty probably matches him on the lead, and I guess he'll hopefully, with the ball on the ground, match him as well. So
I would have to go back and double check that Frosty's record against Cameron, but look, that's a clear need to address that. Sean, I'm with you. He has hurt us over the years. Really annoyed me. Really. Good player. So hopefully, look, our midfield does all right, and we don't have to worry about him too much because, I'm happy to know.
Well, Blank's probably, if it's not Frosty, it's Blank or it's Sicily. I don't think anybody else can go with him.
I don't mind. If Blank's got the form at training this week, I'm happy to see him be given a crack because he's got the physique. What we saw out of Blank last year was pretty solid. Our boy Denver looked probably a bit light on frame.
It's a little bit hard without the Box Hill game, having the bye and seeing how they did over the weekend. But I'm pretty sure it might have been mentioned earlier. We've discussed it before. It is a double header at the MCG this weekend. So the Box Hill game starts at 11:45. I'd imagine it'll be televised or via the AFL app. I think you can watch the VFL if it's not on TV. But get to the ground. Have a look at the future. Like that, the Box Hill list with the AFL listed players is pretty formidable. I've got high expectations that they could go a long way this year.
Absolutely. I think they're spoiled for choice and tough for Zane down there with the selections.
Would be a huge call. Jason's just called for Nash on danger. I didn't really think about him, but he would almost be a matchup for Jeremy Cameron's size and physique. I doubt it would happen. I doubt it would happen, but it would be a huge move if Sammy went to it.
Very, very out of the box by you. Let us see. There's a little bit of chat on Chad if he's fit.
It's hard. It's Brocky's and him are playing a similar role almost. I mean, Chad can probably run through the midfield a bit as well, but he probably gets a spot. I think I'm probably erring on the side of caution with his history of his soft tissues. So, yeah, it is a tough call. But I'd say if he is declared fit, I think he will play.
Yeah. Look, it's Nash or McGuinness over to take Danger if Danger's up and about. Who you got?
To be honest, Dangerfield hasn't been overly impactful as compared to previous years. Like you said, Guthrie, who else runs? Like a Mitch Duncan. I know he's just come back, but they're the ones I would probably go to. I am running low on battery here on my laptop, mate. So,
all right, all good.
If I drop out,
you've given us a warning.
Yep.
Abs XX has said Warple on Danger. I don't mind that.
Yep, I do like that. I'll go with that. But well, you got to give someone for McGuinness. I think McGuinness,
Tom Stewart, Guthrie, those boys are racking them up.
I wouldn't mind seeing a tagging role on Tommy Stewart because he does dominate that back line, and if we could nullify him in the back line, I wouldn't mind that move.
It's a little bit different, and I think we're going to see the odd left field thing from Sammy. So we will see. We will see. But mate, I am conscious of the boys doing the opposition analysis. They will do it real justice. So to all of you Hawks fans, we love you tuning in from around the world. Love these chats. Let us see thoughts. Give us. I'm happy to just have a little flurry. Winner, margin. What do you got? We don't know teams. This is the blind. Leading the blind here, but what are you thinking, Chriso?
Oh, Daisy's two best dons in a row. It's tempting, but Maury last year kicked 4 goals, 1 against them, so he was a pretty big factor. I'm going to go with Maury, the best on and 3 goals with his 27 touches. He's going to have a blinder.
You've totally avoided the winner and the margin, so I will run with your theme, and that's okay. That's okay. Like
I said, optimistically, I do give us a chance after last week's performances. So I'm going to get us in by 9 points, a sneaky 9 Hawks win.
Yeah. Nice. I'm going to go the Hawks by 3, and it's going to be making my adrenaline pump all game as I'm cheering on in the last quarter. And yeah, I'm seeing Daisy racking up 27 for another BOG, and I think he's going to kick 2 goals this week. So let us see.
I tell you what do you think of our boy Duke playing that little mid-half forward lead-up role lately?
I like him.
He's got a good pair of mitts, doesn't he?
To see a big fella rattling out of the forward pocket, a bit of lethal. Jeez.
I hope he can just start owning that position, and when he's resting from that midfield role he plays.
If I was a point post, I would be scared of Duke as well. Yep. So let's wrap it up. Fans are giving us a little bit of hope for the Hawks, and let's see. We've got some good calls here. Tune into the podcast, join the boys, and let's see how we go. Geez, Bruce did a kick 5. I don't mind that one. That's a lovely party note, Jason. So, Chriso, thank you to you all. Thanks for joining us once again, and we will catch you all next week. Take care.
Cheers, guys.